Not into that this time of the early in the morning. Right. Yeah, I'm alert. Yeah, it's pollen. Yeah. Okay. Papua New Guinea Central, please. It's Emma and Simon. Thank you.
Well, that's a tough act to follow. Hopefully we won't have any tears. Kia ora koutou. Thank you for the opportunity to come along and to present to you today. As usual, we'll just be giving you a quick rundown on what's been happening in our Papanui Inner Central Board area over the past month. At our April meeting, we received a number of traffic reports from staff. We approved some no stopping restrictions at the Gambia Grants Rayburn Ave intersection and on Innes Road outside Melbourne Park, some parking changes outside Papanui Primary School, and the reinstatement of some residence and angle parking on Chester Street East. Then, as well as receiving our area report for April, we made DRF allocations to Edgware Tennis Club for their drainage project and to the Morrison Ave Bowling Club towards their building project.
We also had reported a grant from our Youth Development Fund to Amanda Watkins and made decisions on allocation of three sums from our board's Better Off Fund. The $40,000 to the Environmental Trust is supporting further pathway construction at Papanui Bush, which has been developing for 6 years now and is providing a great regenerating native space in the heart of Papanui, and especially noting that area is adjacent to the Braintree Wellness Centre and also the new Cancer Society site, and the pathway that this funding is supporting will be a great asset for the clients of those organisations as well as others in the public. We also supported funding towards additional native plantings in Rutland Reserve and committed $100,000 to the Council's Transport Unit towards investigations of safety improvements on the Northcote Road corridor. And ahead of making that decision, we heard a couple of really articulate and passionate deputations from students from Marion College and St Bede's, who spoke to us about their concerns accessing schools and accessing that area as pedestrians, as cyclists, and generally the impact of the community of the, increasing pressure on that road corridor. And noting too that we'll be back tomorrow talking about long-term planning and budgeting, and that there's a project in the long-term plan currently for improvements to that corridor that may not survive this current LTP process.
Here we've just got a couple of photos from the Summer with Your Neighbours gathering in Cherrywood Place in Redwood. Once again, we've had a good uptake on this fund, and it's been great to hear about the positive effects these relatively small grants have on our local communities.
We had the Phillipstown Community Hub Gala on the 13th of March. We have a brief video.
Our board was pleased to be able to support the Cheapskate Skate School and offering 3 events in the recent school holidays for aspiring skaters at St Albans Park. There was a great turnout over all 3 days, with all the gear, lessons and trick tips provided, as well as free pizza for lunch. This is a very well used facility, and these events provided an awesome opportunity for more tamariki to learn to skate in a fun and safe environment.
On the 14th of April, we had the Eid al-Fitr Festival, celebrating the end of Ramadan. It was held this year at the Multicultural Centre in Hagley Park, and acknowledgements to council staff who contributed to the organisation and running of that event, as well as Astrolab and New Zealand Eid Day.
The 2024 edition of the Richmond Gala was held towards the end of March, and once again was a huge success. This is a collaboration between Avebury House, Richmond Community Garden and We Are Richmond, and it showcases everything the local community has to offer. It took over the entire Riverside corner from Avebury House through to Vogel Street and keeps growing each year. It had a heap of entertainment, demonstrations, food vendors, craft vendors and a car boot sale, games and activities, and Avebury's famous Devonshire teas, so there was something for everyone.
We've had our regular community liaison meeting, bringing together our ward school principals and our local members of parliament just recently. It provides an opportunity for a thorough airing of views and a sharing of what both, well, especially our principals, are seeing, what's impacting them and their communities.
And then finally, it was great to see the official opening of the new Women's Centre take place at the end of March. Our board supported this project with some of our Better Off funding, contributing to the relocation and setup costs, which will see the centre continue to support women throughout Christchurch from their new premises in Fitzgerald Ave. And that's it from us.
Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so next we have Horswell Hornby Rickerton with Helen and Marie, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Mayor and councillors. I'll do the first page, if you like it. Report to the board. This will come back to you. There's a notice of motion, Church Corner and Waimari Road safety improvements. Our board was divided on this. We had 3 attempts to sort it, and it's now back with, in fact, council. So the issue is that it's a thoroughfare, but we're trying to do safety improvements as well. So I wish you well with this, and the 3 councillors will be able to in fact guide you on this. A petition for a pedestrian crossing High Road, that's outside St Bernadette's. 2023-24 discretionary response fund, Hornby Netball Club and Hornby Netball Club application, and we transferred from the Youth Development Fund, or to the Youth Development Fund. Young people's allocations, Stella Crossan towards participating in the Asia Pacific Canoe Sprint Cup in 2024, St Thomas of Canterbury College towards 10 students participating in Futsal National Championships in Wellington, and Amber Hill towards participating in the Girls Brigade Awesome Leadership course in Auckland. And now it's Marie. Thank you.
So on March 13th, the community governance team organized a funding hui for community organizations to learn about strengthening communities funding, as well as guest speakers from RATA and Department of Internal Affairs who discussed their funding opportunities. Congratulations to our governance team for having a successful event. They even had to add a second hui as the first one reached maximum capacity. Then on March 10th, the Youth Cultural Development hosted the House of Hoops in Hornby at Waikola Park. Several activities were available, such as the 3x3 hoops competition, a sausage sizzle, and a space for people to have a go at graffiti art on the volley wall located at the back of the basketball court. And then on March 9th, Hello Hornby brought the community together at Waikola Park. There was a huge turnout with people enjoying the variety of activities and offerings. There were several food stalls and also community stands, which showcased local initiatives and services. Entertainment added to the festive atmosphere at the event.
Thank you. Now, I'm talking about a Rickerton Road upgrade. Those of you like Yanni who've been here a while, and Jamie and Aaron actually will know about Bradshaw Terrace. So we've finally got the upgrade done. Basically what happened, there were 2 forms of consultation sent out. One was pre-earthquake, so it was withdrawn, but we tried again in 2018 and the road was left again. So at long last, we've got it done. Thank you to the councillors who voted for this. And tactile pavers have also recently been installed at all Rickerton Road intersections between Matapoe Street and Balgay Street. Now, our major event, and I know that Yanni was there, and the Mayor obviously, and Mark Peters, and Jake. Good, thank you. The formal opening of Matatiki Hornby Centre was held on Friday, 19th of April. It was on time and on budget. Manawa Whenua opened the ceremony and acknowledged the significance of the land and the new facility. The complex was open to the public from 3 p.m, allowing people to explore the facility. And I saw in the paper that the Mayor and Mark Peters jumped into the pool in effect clothing. So well done. So it was very special. Hornby's asking for a pool, some people say, for 40 years.
Yeah, and the mayor didn't even have spare clothes at the time.
So it's been a long time coming, but everybody thinks it's well done, and it's got a library and service centre as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Now, I just have to just say I've been asked by Marie to say that this is my last time as chairperson of the board at these sessions. Did I give a thank you speech here? A brief one. Mm-hmm. I want to thank the Mayor and councillors for your support over the 30 years now that I've been involved with the board or with council. I was elected to the board in 1995, and I served as a councillor from 2001 to 2013. I've experienced 5 CEOs, 4 mayors, including our sort of current mayor, and I spent 12 years on council, probably the difficult time and also the highlight was the earthquake years from 2010 to 2013. I want to acknowledge Yanni, who was here from 2007, Aaron from 2010, and Jamie from 2010. So thank you. We all went through that difficult time, and I think the next council under Mayor Leanne was just as sort of difficult. So during the earthquake years, I was chair of finance and chair of arts and heritage, and one of the things we did in arts and heritage, we had to draw up a list of 30, well not just 30, but the key buildings to be saved for Christchurch, and I worked with Dame Anna Crichton, Ruth Dyson, and Dr. Ian Lockhead on that, and it was presented to Minister Brownlee, and he found it a very good document. So we've done that, and when I was chairing finance, we looked very carefully at insurance, and we came and Tim Carter and I came and spoke to a small group of councillors after the earthquake to actually brief them. I came across the document by chance the other day as I'm shifting house, as you possibly all know, and it's interesting. So I'll hand that over to Sam. You may or may not have it. It's probably all history now. So yes, so look, that's probably all in fact I need to say. So I've been around a long time. I probably do need to say that when I first started, it's interesting, there were 24 councillors. It was very formal. We all stood to speak, and we had 3 minutes only, and they placed people. There were the Independent Citizens Group on one side, the Labour team on the other, and the Independents, in fact, the middle. And there was a budget speech that would be the long-term plan speech, and so the Labour leader gave that speech, and then the leader of Independents.
Oh, Helen, don't give them any ideas.
Gave an alternate speech, so it was a bit like Parliament. So it certainly relaxed more, and I think you're working much more on, in fact, consensus, which is probably good. Jake's looking at me, so. And so it's not consensus, but anyway, it looks more consensus. So thank you to people here in the past, and Marie, who's been deputy chair, and a vote takes place for the chairperson next Thursday. So if anyone is interested and would like to support their favoured candidate, you're very welcome to come. Thank you. Sorry.
Rightio.
Okay.
Now, thank you, Helen. I'd like to say a couple of words to farewell Helen as chairperson of Horswell Hornby Riccarton Community Board. While Helen has stepped down from this role, we are happy to know that she'll still continue to serve on the board, bringing her wealth of experience and dedication to our community. Since her initial election to the Com Board in 1995, and as she said later as a City Councillor in 2001, Helen has been a steadfast advocate for the Riccarton community. Her commitment to that neighbourhood, where she and her husband have resided for over 3 decades and raised their children, has been unwavering. Throughout her tenure, Helen has exemplified the deep passion for preserving our city's heritage. Her tireless efforts not only protected our historical treasures, but have also enriched the fabric of our community. On behalf of the Council and the wider community, we extend our sincerest gratitude to Helen for her years of service. Her leadership, wisdom and dedication have left an indelible mark on our community, and we are profoundly grateful for her contribution. As Helen embarks on a new chapter, we wish her all the best, knowing that her commitment to serving our community will continue to inspire us all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Should I take this?
Okey-doke.